what's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday, time for a brand new episode of ReCap. I'm your boy, Benjamin. Welcome to the show. What is going on, everybody on Instagram? What is going on, everybody in Twitch chat? Big news. Normally this is when I kind of run into the whole YouTube thing, and I got to go a little bit slower through it because next week is going to be our last live episode of ReCap. So, as I've always said previous weeks, if you're not following us on YouTube, be sure to do that because basically that's where the show is going to transition to. So be sure to subscribe to us, which is a fancy word for follow. Obviously, give us likes if you like what you're seeing. But yeah, the short end of it is we are going to be moving from a live format of doing the show every week, which we've been doing for the last 5 years, which is also crazy to think that we've been doing it for 5 years. But going forward after the last week of June, so next Wednesday, yes, we're going to basically go to YouTube, and we're still going to post at the same time every Wednesday, 4:30 p.m. Pacific time, 7:30 Eastern time, et cetera, et cetera. But basically the show is going to be condensed down. Like, we're still going to be doing the same format and stuff that we've been doing the show, have the hats in hand, talk about it, et cetera, et cetera. But basically, we're going to be whittling it down to, about 30 minutes or so for each show. So that's pretty much it. So without further ado, of course, I got to, bring in my wingman here. So Teferi Taylor, what is going on, dude?
What is going on, guys? Yes. If you like hats, this is still the show for you. A minor change. But as you guys know, we are still active in the Discords. We're still
Yes.
approachable hat guys. Don't feel like because we're changing the format, we've forgotten about y'all. And there still will be possibly opportunities for us to still do some forms of live content in the future. For those things, we will keep you posted. But happy Wednesday. What's going on, guys? I saw somebody talk about how their chats went. Their cops went. Definitely have to give my brother Lewis some love here. I love all of his hats, but this is definitely going to be my favorite. Been wearing it all day. And some new hotness from my boy Nigel that we will be getting into on today's show tonight. Of course, Mr. Cap, we will not forget about you guys. How can we forget about our people that like hats?
Exactly.
JM, what's going on? David is checking in from Ecuador on an exciting vacation. Hope all is well and have a great show. Thank you.
And
David,
congratulations on the engagement, David. Seriously.
Yeah,
he texted me a little bit before the show went live. He and his lady friend Carla, it's Carla with a K, got engaged while down in Ecuador.
Big congratulations to David. And don't be sad, Tone. Like I said, this isn't the end of ReCap. It's just we're just going to be changing the format up a little bit. And like I said, we still have On the Wall. Shouts out to Jonas as well as Chief out on the West Coast. So there's definitely still going to be some live programming out there. And like I said, there's always opportunities for us to do little things, little things here and there as well. So, for sure, we'll definitely be out there. We'll be out there. So this is obviously not a dynamic duo. We got to bring in, it's a dynamic trio. We got to bring in our third guy, Austin. What's going on, buddy?
What up, fellas? How's everybody doing? Great way to eloquently break the news, folks.
Yeah, exactly.
Good job.
Well, you kind of sprung it on me before we went live, so it's like, all right, I'll slow it down and go through it.
Yeah, it's been something that we've been talking about for a while now, so internally, and we're making the change in July. So, yeah, it's not going to be the last that you see of us. What up, Jay? Good to see you, man. But it's just going to be in a shorter format and on a YouTube format. So make sure you're subscribed to us, like Ben said.
Yeah. While you're just talking shit in the comments here, I'm still miffed as to what happened in Game 4, but most specifically Game 5.
Thank you, David. I feel like the invitation is only going to be extended to Austin if he wears a Yankee hat, right, David? I feel like that's just the sneaking, insidious way to invite him.
I'm it's not happening. Sorry, David, if that's the guidelines. Jacob, good to see you, man. Good to see you.
For sure.
Yeah. To kind of go back to what Tef was saying, and is it Dan Eshmelian? Dan L. Massingen. Sorry. I had to really phonetically sound that out. So if anybody who's on Reddit, I've been more prevalent on Reddit for like the last month, throwing in comments and stuff like that. and especially if there's customer service issues, getting on top of that. So I think the biggest thing is in regard to our transition to just going YouTube from this point forward is the fact that I'm going to be in the comments like how I normally am, like constantly, like how I am on Twitter. So it's just like the personal connection is not going to go away. All we're basically doing is just like making the show a short form show as opposed to the 2 hours of gold that we give you every Wednesday.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, who knows? Maybe we may figure out a way in our planning to like have like JBP like moments. I don't know, like and like funny things, and like you guys getting a chance to see behind the scenes of how we prepare for shows.
Yeah.
Those things that the algorithm of today's era seems to like. But like you said, we're still here. We still love hats. We still love you guys. We're always going to have opportunities to share in that. So
yeah, and I saw a couple people comment like, "What? No more early access / invoices." Well, one, that'll be a good reason for you to sign up for our membership program if you aren't already. But two, we'll still do trivia and stuff. We'll figure out ways to do it with y'all. Like I think probably a good one is Davey and AB do a TikTok live that they do. They do a really good job of keeping it short. We do not do a good job of keeping it short. So they'll probably do a TikTok live and give away some of those invoices. So follow us there. And then we'll just figure out ways on IG and YouTube to give away invoices too. So an early access to things. So that's not going away. We'll still find ways to get product in hands early.
Yeah. I will say the important thing is everybody, no matter you're lying if you're saying you don't have this. You already have YouTube on your phone. So it's not something you have to download. Just boom. There it is.
Oh yeah, and
we'll add the link on Twitter and such.
Yeah, Thugnificent. Is this a corporate decision of Elgato got the last laugh and making you move? We can neither confirm nor deny. Elgato had a reason.
Elgato influence. Yeah.
So. But definitely, shouts out to you guys for tapping in with us. I've been a viewer and I've been blessed now to be a host on this side of it. So I've been glad to be able to see both sides of it. And I'm looking forward to like change, and sometimes a little bit scary, but I feel like you guys handle change really well. And like to Ben's point, we'll just be more active and find more ways to just connect with you guys, because community is important to us here and we want to continue to foster that in what we do. So,
and that Arrington on IG asked if he can make Ben his +1 if he wins a trip to NoHo. Well, sorry to tell you, the trip's already been
I was gonna say what?
Secured. We picked the winner yesterday. So it's someone from Alabama, actually. So
wow.
Pretty dope. And he was already previously a fitted collector. So or like in like recent months, it looked like. So
shouts out to Alabama. I really was convinced the winner was probably going to be somebody from California.
I was kind of in the same boat with that.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be someone from Cali or Phoenix. That's what I thought it was going to be. So
listen, shouts out next door neighbor state. Go southeast. Yeah. I like that.
Well, we want to also do more of like those giveaway type stuff as well. So like be on the lookout. We're going to try and do it pretty regularly. The next one, which I'm hoping gets a green light for us to do, is a personal project of mine. So like I'm hoping that it gets a green light and that we can move forward with it, because I'm pretty stoked on it. I think everybody will think it's a really cool execution, more of like an artistic route, I would say.
Yeah, I just hope one of the ideas that I threw at you would come to fruition, because that would be badass.
I would hope so as well. Ashton K. LeBang Jr. remembered that name immediately. That's pretty That's pretty crazy. All right. So Benji, we have something that we need to show off, and that would be
Sight Sleepers.
Right? Sleepers, folks. So got a nice little preview of Juneteenth there on the top. So shout out to Nigel, who will not be joining the show tonight. So he's got work, so we can't take the man away from his money. So he won't be joining, but we're gonna go over that pack in depth. Tef is already wearing one of them. It's a super cool pack. Really proud of him for the way that he put that together. But Sight Sleepers, folks. So first, not so sight sleepery. We have Lewis's Chicago White Sox that he dropped today. And then we have Brim Fiend's California Angels that dropped today as well. So both of those sold out in minutes. Shout out to them. And we have Fresco's LA Kings, which still has some sizes available, pretty much a full size run there. So, but good looking crown. We also had a Houston Astros 2017 World Series champs drop and sell out. Two-tone there. I feel like we've done this design before. Was this a restock?
No, I think this one's new.
This is a new one.
It's a collaborator, and I think the color scheme behind this hat was in that run for the World Series patch that he picked. I think it was every team that Houston had to beat to be able to get to the World Series and win the chip. I think that was the story behind that. So, like, the crown is like a color of a team. I think the top visor is the color of another team. I think they're like the primary colors. Chat, correct me on who it was that put that one together. I'm spacing on their IG handle, but I remember reading the comments, or excuse me, the description or the caption for when that hat came out.
Oh, it was Roman that did it.
Roman.
Yeah.
Shout out to Roman.
Yeah.
Thank you, Wilder. You're still
All
kind
right.
of a jerk for being a Thunder fan.
Up next, we have a Showtime hat. So all black crown here. So a nice solid gray UV on this one. Black gutter, Hat Club interior label on it. Very, very clean crown. Instead of a baddie, you have the LA logo there. So that's what they call curing the logo, folks. So you have the LA Dodgers logo on the back, tonal new era flag. Very, very clean. Basically a black dome for Showtime. So
something about Showtime. If you guys didn't see the other day that he took the mound for the first time in like 2 years, I think his pitching career is over.
Yeah.
Did it go very poorly? I didn't watch.
It was not good. It was not good.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to him for at least giving it the effort, and he got paid plenty of shekels in order to do so. So what I like to call Yankees fans here, we have a dirtbag script hat. So
Long Beach State.
Long Beach State, not anything associated with the Yankees here. Although, who went? Was it a Giambi went to? Didn't a Giambi go to?
Yeah, Jason Giambi, Matt. Yeah. No, I said Matt Chapman last week. Matt Chapman went to Cal State Fullerton.
Okay.
It was Evan Longoria, Troy Tulowitzki. Oh God, what's his face? Former third baseman for the fucking Cardinals that I can't think of his name right now.
I don't know, but I'm going to keep describing this hat. So solid black crown here, yellow script on the front, gray UV, black gutter, Hat Club interior label, that Long Beach curing on the back, new era flag on the side. That's tonal. But yeah, good looking crown, halfway sold through. So I'm actually surprised that it didn't sell all the way through.
Nolan Arenado is the name I couldn't think of.
Okay. Up next, we have a Minnesota Wild with the 2022 Winter Classic logo on the side here. So we have a green crown, navy upper visor, navy button on top. Very, very cool execution of the front logo. Good gray on this one, black gutter, Hat Club interior tag, Hat Club or NHL shield on the back with some icy metallics. Very, very clean, but I'm really digging the execution of the Wild logo here. So
yeah,
I think this would be an everyday wearer for me in the fall time.
No, 1000%. I really, really like this one because it reminds me of like Great Outdoors Pack, kind of that type of vibe, with the colors that we picked, for sure.
Especially when we did those regional Great Outdoors collections.
Oh yes, I remember that the Parks one.
Yeah,
that
was it.
Yeah. So that was pretty cool. I like that. Up next, we have a solid navy Philadelphia Phillies 1925 logo hat. So that actually looks doesn't it kind of look like the highlights are a different color? I think they're still navy, but it just looks like that.
I think it's just the lighting because when I showed it off in hand, they're definitely the same color as the crown.
Yeah. So gray UV on this one. Very, very nice thread color on the front logo. It's like that bone colorway. But tonal new era flag, MLB Batterman on the back. Good looking crown. Ain't a damn thing wrong with it. Up next, very similar colorway in the sense that it is a navy solid as well. So gold on this one. We're talking gold, Jerry. So Hall of Fame, Craig Baggio.
Sorry, what was that name?
Here. What's that?
What was that name again?
Did I? Oh, Biggio. What did I say? Baggio. So yeah. So we have the gold for the exterior of the Houston Astros here, along with that solid white outline there. And then we have the gold top button here. And I believe that's like the satin material, if I am looking correctly.
Yeah, I think this was like that metallic gold button that was used. I think it was on the NHL variety packs for like the Golden Knights. I think that metallic gold button. I feel like
Okay.
that was used on that.
Mm-hmm. Up next, we have another Shohei Ohtani kanji script here. So we have the 50-50 side patch. I like how this one has a 17, like really like the gold on that really stands out to me. Let's see if we can get a better look at it. So the gold for the 17 on the back is really solid. Really like the way that the side patch came out here. But we also have that gold on the outline for the script as well. And then metallic blue for the threading on the front, but
Flawless.
black, solid, yes, flawless execution, if you want to go with the technical term. And then you have the royal blue top button there.
Very nice.
Very, very nice. A personal favorite of all of ours last week. We all really like this one. The San Francisco Giants with the 1984 All-Star Game side patch there. So almost gives like Miami Dolphins vibes.
I was going to say the Miami San Francisco Giant Dolphins.
So even though it's always squish the fish, this is a very nice San Francisco Giants. That that off-white crown, that teal upper visor and teal button. The orange for San Francisco, and then the copper on the Giants script, and then good gray on this one, white and black gutter. So black gutter, white interior taping there. Very, very nice. Ain't a damn thing wrong with it, especially because it doesn't say Miami Dolphins.
Well, I mean, it is a Giants hat, so there is something wrong with it. That's personal beef.
Yes, that's your personal beef. I have no personal beef with the San Francisco Giants. So hope Chiefers picks that one up because that's a good looking crown. Another one that we all liked last week is this, and that what did we call this? Or I dubbed this the Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
Yes,
So this one very reminiscent of like a campfire hat, but it's got that red metallic and that green metallic for the D logo for the D-backs, which to me gave Christmas vibes. I know there's another reason why it is this colorway. So shout out to Wilder last week. He gave us those insights, and you might be able to tell by the fact that there's purple in there, but to me still feels very Nightmare Before Christmas. I like it a lot. Yes.
Very.
Yep. Rip. So good.
And it was an early access hat at the pull-up that a lot of people didn't really seem to catch at first until the end of the night.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize that. So nice. Very well executed. I like it a lot. Shocker, first San Jose Sharks were showing off tonight. So, this one has the
first of, I think, 3.
Yeah, this one has the what I like to call the clip art San Jose 2019 All-Star Game side patch here. Team colorway, gray UV, black gutter, good looking crown.
I do like that. There's another one. I think. Ooh, I do remember this Strohs that we talked about. I really did like that.
So this one's halfway cooked. This Strohs here. This Houston Astros Minute Maid Park side patch there. So black crown, purple upper visor, purple top button, and then it's got that pink. And then I believe it was the bone. Is it the bone colorway on the outline here? And then royal blue as well for the outline, and that pink running throughout. And then the baddie looks good on this.
Not ivory, but what's the
pearlescent?
Yeah, but there's another word that everybody keeps using that I always forget.
Iris.
Yeah.
Metallic iris. And the iris has been irising lately.
Yep. So good looking crown. I think I said it. This one reminds me of Dubba Bubba. I think it was whatever, or Hubba Bubba, whatever it is. All right. Houston Astros up again. This one is almost all the way cooked. Not a shocker. Not really hard to understand what the reference is here if you take a good look at that side patch. But all I gotta ask for those size 6 7/8 and size 7 people, why so serious?
Way to go, Osprey.
Yeah, Osprey killing it.
Yeah, I like Cap Crusader's comment. This one's not a joke. Or if jokes could kill, Cap Crusader. That would be one. That would be a hat right there.
Knoxville Smokies up next in that Chicago Cubbies colorway. Really cool patch on this. I think we should bring out some more Knoxville Smokies. I like this a lot.
Mhm.
Feels like a more mature Cubbies hat, you know?
Yeah, this cub has seen some things,
Yeah.
has gone through some trials and tribulations.
I was gonna say it feels like it just got kicked out of the band at Disneyland.
Or I was going to say it lived in Knoxville for a while. So.
Truth.
All right. Don't take offense if anybody in here lives in Knoxville. So, but Asheville Taurus up next, 100th anniversary patch on this one. This is one that we also really like too. Really clean two-tone colorway. And like even the use of that more vibrant outside threading there was really well executed. Good gray on this one. I think this is a logo that we should use more often. Like I'm a big fan of the Mr. Met logo, the batting practice logo used a few years ago. Oh, damn, near 10 years ago now for the Mets. But yeah, I think this one is very reminiscent of that. So I'd love to see that make some more appearances. And then up next, we have the Erie Seawolves. We did go over a lot of hats last week, folks. So bear with us here. So, only the size 8 is cooked on this, but very, very clean crown. We all dug this one too. So ain't a damn thing wrong with it. And we all said that we want to see more Erie Seawolves too, because that front logo is sick. And so is that side patch.
I do like that hat a lot. I feel like that's probably for minor league Mondays. That's definitely one I would scoop up for sure.
Right. Up next, we have Oklahoma City Comets. Really cool looking crown here. Not a logo that I've seen us use like ever.
It's because they went through a rebrand.
Okay. So is this the first time that we've ever done it?
It is.
Oh, very nice. I like this logo a lot. I feel like there's a lot of things that could be done here. So
1000%. Yeah. I feel like that's like when I looked at it, I thought it was honestly a Texas, hat at first, without any
Dallas Stars.
Yeah, because of the stars and because of, the baseball. But
yeah,
I like that.
So I like it a lot too. And then it's got that new MILB baddie on the back. So very cool, very clean.
Bada boom.
What's that, Ben?
Yes, it was. This is the first season of the Oklahoma City Comets.
Oh, nice. Very nice. All right. So now we're getting into saltwater taffy. So we'll run through these, some broken sizes in some of these. We won't go too far in depth, but we have the Atlanta Braves, a couple of Atlanta Braves, which this one we were all jonesing for as well, as Ben likes to say. So 7, 7, 8 gone on that one. Baltimore Orioles, super clean there. Plain Jane. Brooklyn Dodgers, I believe, is almost all the way cooked. Yeah,
Not
only just a
surprised by
few
that.
select sizes available there. Very, very clean hat. Had that sand bottom to it that we were all digging. Chicago Blackhawks, that's gone in one size. Houston Astros, Plain Jane, very reminiscent of Sunday Service that we did. Just kind of like a taffy twist to it, if you will. But that's a very clean hat, gone in a couple sizes. LA Angels, which very much feels saltwater taffy and sticks to that theme with the sandy crown and taffy colored logos and side patches. Not surprised that this one's pretty cooked. And then Dodgers up next. So that's got that key lime, a green LA Dodgers threading on the front. That one's still got a full size run. And New York Liberty, which I believe, that's gone in 6 and 7/8.
The
size
bookends
8 gone
are
as
gone.
well.
Wow.
Surprised that this one's not more cooked. I would love to scoop this one up myself. So
Best team in the WNBA, baby.
literally, they won the champ last year.
Didn't Sabrina and Caitlin get into it? I think it was like it was the Fever and Liberty. They got into it,
shit.
I think, a night or two ago. They did, yeah.
Damn.
Sabrina don't fuck around. She's got them Bay Area roots.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like Caitlin's got beef with a few people, huh?
Yes.
So New York Yankees up next, 7 7/8 cooked there, and then Oakland Athletics.
Oh, it was the Sun. My bad, Best of AZ.
Oh, you're
Who was it?
No, it was the Fever and the Sun. It wasn't the Liberty.
Okay. And then Oakland Athletics cooked in 7 3/4, 7 7/8, and size 8 as
I
well.
still need to
So,
pick this one up.
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Mhm.
This one's screaming Benji. So, and that's it for
Sight sleepers. Gonna miss
There we
not being
go.
able to say that anymore after next week, man.
Well, you still will say it.
It
Just won't be in the
it'll
live
be
version.
We'll just
delayed.
have, we'll just have it like saved on video and just use this. I'll just have to like get in really like good prime vocal form, and then
Yeah, we might have some additional editing effects in play at that
ooh,
point.
okay,
Maybe there will be
okay,
an
no, look forward to that.
explosion on the screen, when you do it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
I loves it.
All right, going into all the drops that we got going this week, I'm actually going to trade places with Tef here because I'm gonna let him take lead on this one.
Okay.
As we said at the start of the show, Nigel, the designer behind this collection, unfortunately couldn't make it just because of work obligations and stuff. But tomorrow, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, hackclub.com, Hack Club app, the very first Juneteenth collection that Hack Club has ever put together. And Tef, the floor is yours, my friend.
Yeah. So to Ben's point, shouts out to Nigel. Of those that don't know Nigel, great guy, Hat Club ambassador. Tried his hand at doing a pack. If you don't know Nigel, graduate of HBCU. Very like is actually in Alabama. It's funny that we talked that the person who won the fights and fitteds giveaway is from Alabama. That's where Nigel is also from.
Yeah.
So put together a really cool 4-pack. All of these hats in general are going to be hats that celebrate liberation of Black people. For those that don't know what Juneteenth is the day that African Americans were notified after the Emancipation Proclamation. It was first recognized in Texas because it was in 1865, I believe it was, that it was recognized in Texas that African Americans were freed by virtue of the Emancipation Proclamation. Obviously, the path to freedom goes through a lot of different winds and roads, but Juneteenth is commemorative of that notification that was sent to those African Americans. So, Ben, so the first hat that I have that is one of the 4 that's in the collection, and I think is really unique because it is the only corduroy of the collection, is this Chicago Cubs right here. So it is a all corduroy hat. We have the 1990 All-Star game here. Those stars are brown. You have like some good, I think there's some metallics in here. Yeah, the metallic is on the 19 and the 90. So that's metallic gold rush that's in there. Focus here. And you also have that in the Batterman as well. A really cool feature of each of these hats is the Juneteenth flag that is now here where you would normally see the New Era flag, which I think was a really, really nice touch by Nigel on this collection, given the fact that we're celebrating Juneteenth and commemorating it. The eyelets are contrasted. So you have red eyelets here. It's an all corduroy crown and visor. Here you have red. You also have the metallic gold, and you have really more of that almost pale green. So kind of similar to the Bape hat, Bape zip up that I'm wearing. It is a gray UV. It's black guts. Hat Club badge on the inside. And the story of this hat is obviously one of Fred Hamilton. If you guys watch the movie Judas and the Black Messiah, I think that's probably the most recent film that talks about the life and times of Fred Hamilton. Very prominent member of the Black Panther Party. If you do not know about the Black Panther Party in particular, it was a pro-Black liberal movement that was started in Oakland, California, primarily done for social programs, reform for that. And Ben is already knows where I'm going with that one. So
Exactly.
I think this pack really does a good job of tying together great stories. Fred Hampton, excuse me. Fred Hampton. I apologize. Fred Hampton. So essentially, like I said, Judas and the Black Messiah, David Kalua. Rainbow Coalition as well. So they're like Black Panther Party had a lot of different social impact programs. They had a lot of things that they were doing specifically for Black empowerment during the times leading after the Jim Crow movement, and also coinciding with some of those Jim Crow movement things as well. So the goal was the elevation, power to all the people everywhere. So if you've heard that saying before, that was something that was actually said during the time of the Black Panther Party and still is said today. But like I said, Forrest Gump, you know, in a very satirical way, kind of talked about the Black Panther Party. But Fred Hampton, I think, is a very key pivotal figure in Black Panther Party history. And I think it was great that Nigel did a fantastic job of basically using that to incorporate it. And I think that it's only fitting that this hat is different from all the other hats in the sense of it being a corduroy crown. So
Mm-hmm.
big shouts out to him on that. So
Yeah.
that's the first hat. And
Yeah,
then yeah, Ben, you could show off the
I'll,
second one.
I'll, I'll swap in. So
Yeah.
got to go with wait, hold on. There we go.
I gotcha.
So the local, the Oakland Athletics, of course. So I'm gonna go with the details first. So black crown, baby blue button up top, gray eyelets, and then graphite upper visor, metallic red on the interior there, metallic silver on the exterior for the Oakland script. 40th anniversary of the A's organization in Oakland, 1968 to 2008, which is very fitting as far as the theme, especially. Black and white flat stitch baddie on the back, and then retro green undervisor, black sweatband, hat club tag on the inside, and made in China. This entire collection is made in China. So the big thing I know in regard to this one is it is based on the Black Panther movement, which started in Oakland back in 1966. Thanks in part to Huey P. Newton. Sorry, I kind of stroked my way through that one. Huey P. Newton and of course Bobby Seale. And you know, still sorry, I'm trying to get it to focus. Focus camera.
Mhm.
It's got to tap a little bit. And this is where the side patch comes into play, just because of the fact that the Black Panther movement color scheme. It would have been nice if there could have been a 1966 patch that we could have thrown on with this, and I'm pretty sure Nigel would have done that. But I think going with the 1968, the first year the A's played in Oakland, was a
yeah, and I think one important thing to note on this one too, that I talked with Nigel about, like he said that the side patch on this one is directly tied to like the propaganda posters that they would put up for the Black Panther movement. So like that's a really cool niche hook there. So I think overall, like this collection is insane. So shout out to him. He went in, he did an incredible amount of work towards this pack. So like he really did his thing with this one. So
and I think like the coolest detail for those that are like really into storytelling is actually the button. So the button being blue, for those they may look at this as well, that button is out of place. To Austin's point, if you look at the Black Panther Party propaganda posters, the Panther's actual nose on those posters is actually blue. So that's an actual really, really nice subtle touch to be able to show that.
Oh, that's dope.
So like if you actually go to Nigel's page, it's a collaborative post with Annalise Stone, and he actually has the person he collaborated with did little snippets, like so you can also see like small little newspaper clippings, kind of showing some inspo of the hat, kind of showing different things, giving a little bit of history to the organization. But I love a pack like this because, to Austin's point, it gets your mind thinking beyond just capitalist aims for a day like Juneteenth that has a lot more deep reverence and meaning. It's a product that educates, informs, and I think preserves Black history. So big shouts out to Nigel for doing this and really putting it together in a very intentional and thoughtful way. 1000%.
Yeah.
So then that's number 2. Then
I'm gonna go with Texas next.
Sure,
if that's okay.
No, Texas is perfectly fine. So like I said, in this collection, the Chicago Cubs is the only one that's of a different material corduroy. All of the rest of these that we're showing are going to be, I believe, poly. This is a good poly 2-tone. So this is chrome white, right? Ben, this is an optic
chrome white crown, and then as you can see, optic white for the button up top.
Right. So
I've never seen that combo. That's pretty
No,
sick.
me either.
Yeah, I was like, and I think that this one is probably one that if you're not really super duper tied in. So the funny thing, again, like we said, Juneteenth celebrates the fact that African Americans were notified in Texas of their Emancipation Proclamation, which is a couple of years after it happened. But there's a specific story within Hawkinsville, Texas. Specifically, there was a sugar plantation that was there. Part of the time during that, during that time or during that moment within civil rights, the Hawkinsville sugar mill plantation was a plantation that employed slave labor. So those were African Americans. And after Juneteenth, the Emancipation Proclamation, which kind of goes in a really cool type of way, storytelling about the rodeo dunks that released this year that was celebrating Black cowboy as well as Black rodeo culture, Galveston, Texas. So Galveston, Texas, exactly, Olabode. So that's the location that people were in within the state of Texas when they learned of Juneteenth. So again, Hawkinsville, Texas was where this sugarcane plantation in Texas was located. If again you go to Nigel's page, he kind of has a snippet that kind of explains that and goes into a little bit of detail. It's a really good read if you have the chance to read about it. But essentially, it was a sugar cane plantation prior to the end of the Civil War, and once that happened, it was expanded out for cattle driving, which is something that Black cowboys had a large part in doing after the end of the Civil War, and ultimately cattle expansion towards the West Coast. So you see Brown on that UV. I'd have to ask Nigel directly if that's really more of a an ode to Black cowboys, or if it's a little bit more of a different color detail. But I think just from my own research of looking at the rodeo dunks and just the understanding of contributions of Black cowboys and to Western culture and cattle expansion in the U.S. post-Civil War, I thought this was a really, really cool piece talking about liberation and how Black contribution and excellence beyond just being bonded to slavery actually helped to expand economic expansion within this country after the Civil War. So,
and I think he also wanted to like make this like a sneaky ox pack too for Cowboy Carter. So.
Yeah, I did, and that was definitely one of the pictures from his the snippets that he did for his collaborative post. So really, really well executed hat. It talks about liberation. It talks about, I think this hat really just speaks to just Black culture infiltrating different things in areas where maybe we were of bondage. But then also being able to provide areas where we became a forte and a strong point for culture that's pushed things forward. So again, I can't talk enough about this pack, not just because I'm a person that's Black or African American, but I'm really, really proud of how Nigel really wove storytelling into each of these hats. I can't speak enough about him. He did a phenomenal job.
Insane work.
Insane. Yeah.
And then, of course, number 4, the New York Yankees. And the reason why I kept this one for last actually has to do with the same as the Chicago Cubs, has to do with the New Era flag detail on the opposite side.
Yeah.
1000%. And this hat's actually really special to me too, because of the shirt that I'm actually wearing for tonight's pod. So I'm wearing the Supreme Spike Lee 40 Acres and a Mule. For those that don't know, 40 Acres is Spike Lee's film studio. So this hat, if you remember the film Do the Right Thing, very pivotal film culturally, just about speaking to just racial tensions within Black communities, just the things that Black people face. If you've watched the movie Do the Right Thing, Mookie, Radio Raheem, Sal, the dynamic between all of those characters and just people living in Brooklyn at that time, 40 Acres and a Mule, exactly. It essentially really pulls together a lot of those themes. And the funny thing about Spike Lee's Do the Right Thing film was that they said that he shouldn't have released it because it was going to cause riots. And a pivotal scene of that movie was a riot where Mookie and others, threw the chair, threw things through Sal's window and broke it essentially because of the murder of Radio Raheem at the hands of the police. So it goes to just talk about the struggle of, even as Black people are free, we face microaggressions and things. And I think that film was a great social commentary on that, specifically in a Black mecca such as Brooklyn. So Kelly Green UV, black sweatband, white taping. And I think obviously the side patch, if you're looking at the side patch, obviously there's elements of Radio Raheem in there. Think of Bug and Out's outfit with the white cement fours. Just a whole bunch of storytelling in that side patch. Big shouts out to Just John. He actually just did an outfit with this that I thought was super crazy with the Lucky Green Air Force Ones from the Concrete Boys. Shouts out to him. Again, you're having the Juneteenth flag for the New Era flag color scheme there. Really, really nice touch and hit against. Is that stone or is that's stone, right?
It is stone. Yeah,
it is stone. Okay. Yeah. And I think that, yes. So you guys can see the comparison, but very, very well executed, even though it's minimal on the front logo, the side patch and the New Era flag tell it all. Again, and I really do want to talk to Space Hippies thing really briefly, just about Radio Raheem's Death Scared Me as a kid. I think that many of us who watched that film and just everything that's happened, a larger political discourse about policing, I don't care where you fall on the aisle about that, even about ICE and things going on like that. I think it humanized the fear of being in a country where you feel like you're not sure what your experience is like, even though you are free. So I think that this hat speaks not just to the Black experience and which it's hyper focused upon, but I think it can be applicable to a lot of different things. So again, this is called the Juneteenth Pack. but you do not need to be a Black person to cop it. I think that it's a phenomenal pack. It tells great history. It does a great job, and big shouts out to Nigel for putting this together.
Seriously.
And I think this is definitely going to go down as one of the packs of the year this year for sure. 1000%.
I mean, my personal favorite from it is the Oakland.
Yeah,
but I think you can't really go wrong with any of the hats in this pack. So
not at all.
Money well spent. And then also shout out to Tef for breaking that down for us. You did a very good job, my friend. Nigel unfortunately couldn't be here with us for this one tonight. He had to work, but I think Tef stepped up big time on that one.
No, listen,
came in with the knowledge.
Listen, aside from me starting it off by calling Fred Hamilton, I guess I was thinking of the Hamilton musical. I don't know, but
easy mistake. Easy mistake. Yeah.
Big shouts out to Nigel again. I know he wished he could be here to talk through all of these and give his own unique voice to them. So hopefully I did it justice, Nigel. But yeah, great pack dropping tomorrow. Go cop. Great stories, great crowns.
For those of you that are not familiar with Nigel is a brand ambassador of ours, content creator, Black business owner. So if you go and check out his clothing brand as well, Hoover Renee, really elevated garments there. Like he crushes it from like, not only he's also a barber, but not only from like a content creator standpoint, but also just a creative as a whole, with the way that he carries his brand as well. Like he's doing a great job. I believe he went to Jackson State. I think he's a Jackson State alumni. So like that's kind of how it all started. Like he came to me and Davey and he's like, yo, I really want to do an HBCU pack. And then we're like, hey, if we get these in now, we can probably do a Juneteenth pack. Would you want to do that? And then he's like, oh, I'm all over it. He's like, yes, let's absolutely. He's like, that's 100% the direction I want to go. And like, then he just kept spitballing and like, I'm loving the way that these all came out. And like, I think I'm assuming, I can't speak for the man, but I'm assuming he's very, very happy with the way that like everything came and represented his vision. I'm personally really proud of him. He had a lot of passion going into this project. And then shout out to AB too, who helped assist on the designs too. But I mean, go check out Nigel's page. It's let me read it off here. It's NXGELUNO. So check out his page. You'll get the full story behind everything, even though Tef did an amazing job of elaborating on that, and just sick work.
No, 1000%. And I mean, big shouts out also to High Club for being intentional and telling Black stories. Obviously, we had a million when the Negro League logos were released last year, and the promotion that went behind that. So big shouts out to the team for giving Nigel that voice and that platform to be able to do that. Alfredo bro on Instagram is asking, are there any Juneteenth sales happening other than the promotions that we have on the site? I'm not aware of any.
I don't think we have any else.
Yeah, but I think honestly, and I may sound very revolutionary in saying this, I feel like for this pack, I don't think that I would want discounts on this pack. I would want it to be purchased at its full price point, just because I think an enormous amount of work went behind it, and I think it was intentionally crafted. So definitely want more of that to be done. But and also to Ray out the way, a HBCU pack will go crazy 1000%.
Yeah, so we originally went in with the intention on including some HBCUs, but we got a lot of denials from the schools. So so like Nigel had a bunch of HBCUs in there. So and then like just like understandably that like there's a lot more sensitivity for like their specific colorways and like the way that they want to showcase their college. So that was a big thing for a lot of the universities that Nigel tried to do design work with. So unfortunately, I mean, fortunately and unfortunately, like we have like all the teams that we have for this pack, but it was intended to include some HBCUs on there as well. So
yeah, and just because it doesn't happen today doesn't mean it can't happen in the future. I know HBCUs in particular, there's a level of sensitivity just around capitalism around certain days. So maybe that could have factored into it as well. But I mean, I know that, like I said, Nigel's a great representative of Jackson State, doing great things. And big shouts out to all HBCUs that, were chartered, as institutions of higher learning for Black people and have continued to exist and live up to that credo. So big shouts out to them, and we look forward to opportunities to work with them as it makes sense in the future. But good questions from chat also, guys, about stock on these. What's stock looking like on these?
It's pretty tight.
Yeah.
Pretty tight. So
very exclusive.
I think if you cop one of these, you're a very lucky person. So
yeah, I mean, and big shouts out, like I said, to those that go. Like, I think this is going to be one of those that I'm going to do since our second to last show, our second to last bold prediction, I feel like these are not going to last an hour. I don't think.
I agree with that.
I don't think they last 10 minutes. I think they're gone. I think they're gone very, very quickly. So, yeah, I mean.
And I saw a couple of people asking, like, these are only going to be available online. So hackclub.com, Hackclub app, tomorrow, as in Thursday, 11 a.m. Pacific time, 2 p.m. Eastern time, not in stores.
Yeah, so go get them, guys. And again, big shout out to Nigel.
Yeah, and go give Nigel his flowers on his IG behind this pack too. Like, he crushed it and deserves all the love for it. So
1000%.
Hell yeah. All right. Going on into Friday. Online, in store, etc., etc. These are going to be dropping at 8 o'clock in the morning, West Coast time, 11 a.m. East Coast time. Summertime is a week away, actually like 5 days away, because it's like June 22nd or 23rd, if I'm not mistaken, the official first day of summer. And, last couple years, we've been dropping trucker hats before, been dropping after. We're finally getting them out on time. And every single one of these is going to be, and of course, I'm starting with the fucking Mets.
Hell yeah.
All these are going to be black crown, button, upper visor, white logo, black and white flat stitch batting on the back. Of course, trucker, black trucker netting in the back. Good gray under visors, black sweatband, Hack Club tag on the inside. And all these are going to be made in China. But yes, trucker 5950s, black and white, baby.
Yeah, we're approaching triple digits in the DMV this week. So
gross.
Yeah, so throw that hat my way, Ben.
It's 6. Okay, Saturday. All right, so then we're doing it a day early. Bam. Or no, day of. Fuck that. Day of. Sorry, I forgot today's the 18th. So, yep, all these are going to be plain Janes, no side patches. So, starting with the New York Mets. And then, of course, let's hear the boos, baby. We got the LA Dodgers up next.
It's without fail.
I don't know why the camera's sassing on me. Come on. There we go. I just got to tap it a little bit. Austin's favorite now, because, I mean,
now let's hear the boos.
New York Yankees, baby.
I don't think anybody's going to boo these guys.
I think, I'm taking all those boos that are in chat. I'm saying that was towards the Yankees.
Tef's Atlanta Braves up next.
I just need us to string together some wins, because right now our season's looking as translucent as the sides of this. That's all I need.
San Diego Padres up next. Current SD logo, so the break in the interlocking as well as rounded off letters there.
Eric, that is a wild statement.
Extremely.
Holy fuck, bro. I had to stop just to read it.
The intrusive thoughts won with that one.
That's terrible. The first place future World Series champion Detroit Tigers, of course, are in this collection.
Now, Ben, let me give you a question. So I've been rooting for the Pacers for you, because I want you to witness a Pacers championship. If it ends up being the Mets and the Tigers in the World Series, are you gonna root for the Mets for me?
Fuck no.
Got a quid quote, bro.
I mean, okay. Let's be out real about this one. It's not like I hate the Mets or anything like that. How long have I been riding on the Tigers? Since the end of last baseball season.
Hey, that's okay, but I'm giving you support for the Pacers.
Oh my God. I didn't realize your, contributions had, rules and regulations behind them.
Yeah, I'm bringing the positive energy for the Pacers.
Slick Milks, exactly. That's what I heard through the parsing. It's like absolutely not. But you know what? That would be really, Ben. Even the fact if the Detroit Tigers make the World Series, I feel like I owe you a pack of smokes after that. Like,
Hey.
because there's no way that you should have been this correct. Like, there's something legitimately wrong with the machine that is sports, that they're literally first place.
Even
And it's
even a
not even
blind
close.
squirrel finds a nut every once in a while, you know.
Listen, man.
I mean, this goes back. Hold on, I'm gonna go. Let me go and we're taking a pause because we have to discuss this real quick. This goes back to, you know, like all the years that I worked in baseball, that I covered baseball. Because I mean, a lot of you guys don't know this. I was a baseball beat writer for a lot of years and didn't get paid to do it. I also used to work for Major League Baseball and social media. So this is my wheelhouse, man. I don't just like throw out.
You were very wrong about the Mariners.
But at the same time, the Mariners still made it to the postseason. They just got smoked in the first round because, you know, they had to throw Robbie Ray in against fucking the machine that is fucking the Astros.
I promise you, it was not meant in that way. To me, it's just like, I feel like, how many teams are there in Major League Baseball? Like, the
30.
team that really made like that run last year, it's like, okay, you made a run last year. Are you going to really continue that into this year?
Yeah.
And the Dodgers look like the team to beat, and now it's the Tigers. And I'm like,
I know. And it's bizarre. And because like the Tigers started off a little rough because I mean they started the season against the Dodgers, and you know it was good. It's like, if you're gonna be the best, you got to beat the best. Shout out to Ric Flair on that one. And that was just how the season has gone for them. I mean, they're light years ahead of everybody else.
I mean, we're not putting a lot of respect on my Mets name.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll be honest. I haven't watched a lot of Mets baseball, but my timeline is full of Yankees fans just talking shit about the Mets. So,
listen, I feel like Soto's finding his
Soto's finding his rhythm.
Finding something. He's finding his rhythm. So I think the Mets are starting to shape up like a team that I don't think anybody in that league wants to see come playoff time. They're shaping up to be that way. If I could trade positions right now with my team, I love how Ronald Acuna is playing. I would take Mets team success over Ronald Acuna individual success any day of the week. I just feel like when we won the World Series, Acuna was obviously injured. He didn't have a say in that. He came back. We had, obviously a historic season, but didn't really do anything with that because we ran up against the Phillies and arguably had too much time off. So I'm just curious to see how this ends for us. It's looking wild card for us. So I'm hoping that we can string together what we need to do. After All-Star break, we got to get it done. After All-Star break, we got to get it done. Acuna, like I said, Grambo, he's doing great. He looks like MVP form. He looks like what we saw last year. So, but I need team success. I don't care about division banners. Yeah, but let's get back to hats.
Back to it, baby. So back to the Trucker 5950 black and white. Oakland A's, of course, not the Sacramento A's, not the Las Vegas A's, the Oakland fucking A's, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
The last place Athletics.
They're not in last place.
In their division, they absolutely are.
Yeah. But not they're not the Colorado Rockies, man. Brooklyn Dodgers up next. Good to see the Killer Bee back in the mix.
Whoop, whoop.
Chicago White Sox, so not much of a stretch in regard to like normal team colors and stuff like that. So, but hey, White Sox fans will dig it regardless.
Mm-hmm.
There of course is always going to be an Arizona Diamondbacks in here, and this is the one with the most physical detail in the front. A little bit of black graphite, a little bit of just black threading on there as well with the white outline. Boop.
I like it. Good for that Arizona heat.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco Giants. So current logo. Typically we would have the 80s logo in the mix here, but they decided to go with the current, which I feel like is a smart move.
I'm liking it.
Mid 90s Houston Astros with the open star, black interior, white border.
Ain't mad at it. Ain't mad at it
at all.
And for baseball, at least, it's going to wrap up with the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim.
Oh, that
black and white interior.
That one is nice. And we had someone in chat complaining that we don't have enough Angels hats. So there you go.
How is this still a complaint? We drop Angels hats all the fucking time.
Are the Angels the new Padres fans? That's all I got.
Apparently. But like I said, that's not the end of the black and white trucker hats. That was just the end of baseball. Chicago Blackhawks up next. Followed by, yes, another San Jose Sharks, baby. Late 80s, early 90s logo, of course.
I feel like at this point, we're definitely going to release more Shark hats than Shark points.
Oh, yeah.
We're like a week or two away from that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And I mean, this was definitely on purpose because, like, yeah.
Los Angeles Kings script, which I kind of dig.
Ooh, I do like that. I feel like I want more of that. I want more of that.
Yeah.
For the summertime.
I think I agree with someone said the Sharks should be paying us, and I agree with that. So I think we should have reverse royalties.
They got to hang on to their money to try and sign Mitch Marner in the offseason.
Yeah, I feel like we should have reverse royalties here, though.
That'd be dope. And this is the last one. This is the only NBA one in the mix. The Lake Show, which is pertinent on account of the fact that Jeannie Buss and Company just sold the team for $10 billion.
Yeah, I saw that. That is wild.
To the owner of the Dodgers.
The Dodgers, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
majority owner of the Dodgers. Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely a monopoly at this point.
Oh, it's a money laundering scheme, 100%.
Yeah.
I feel like the Dodgers, even are basically essentially the West Coast Yankees at this point. I'm just gonna say that. I feel that genuinely, and now this acquisition just confirms it.
Madness. But yeah, Friday is going to be the drop day on these. Like I said, they're going to be in stores as well. All 5950 trucker fitted, gray under visors, black sweatband, hat club tag on the inside. 8 a.m. West Coast time, 11 a.m. East Coast time. Hatclub.com, Hat Club app.
Get them.
I also think that this confirms LeBron to retire.
Why?
I feel like the Buss family just loved LeBron, you know? So like I feel like they're gonna depart with him.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
I definitely do feel like I don't know if it's gonna be this season, but I feel like because this season is the last, I think, year on his deal that he just signed.
Mm-hmm.
So I could see that. I know he talked about holding out for Bryce, but I kind of feel like the end is near. The end is definitely near. Yeah, and Jeannie is still a part of the team. She just sold majority ownership, but still, I still feel like even though she might still have that, I think ownership, if they feel like there's an opportunity and they really want to push Luka and have LeBron have his farewell tour, I think those conversations will definitely be happening. Philly, you know what I meant. Obviously, they don't own as many championships, but I'm talking about the checkbook is pretty full. They're not hurting for dollars at this point.
It just feels like a weird move because they've owned the team for so long.
Yeah, since 1980?
Something like that. Yeah. So I mean, they've owned the team for so long. It feels like a very weird move. Like I don't know. I don't know. I think something feels off about it.
They were just saying, like, I think Magic Johnson's talked about it, that there was like some internal strife with the ownership or like amongst the Buss family as far as controlling, the direction of the team and where it was going and, all of that type of stuff. So, I mean, listen, you could do a lot with $10 billion. I may not like you as a sibling, but listen, we're all getting an equal share of this pie. This is not enough money for us to be able to spend in a lifetime. So, may not like you today, but hey,
I'll
brother,
take a donation.
Yeah, exactly.
The chat has turned a very strange direction that I think it's, oh my God, you guys are bizarre. I thought I was a weird dude, but my God.
Oh, wow.
All right. So Saturday, of course, is going to be our other big drop of the week. Of course, talking about stained glass, which anybody who was at the Arizona pull-up got early access to a few of the teams. But a couple teams we had to reserve because, in store, especially for Great Mall, A's and Giants, et cetera. But let's get to it. Shout out to Freddie once again, bringing out a 2.0. Y'all demanded it.
Quick from that Arrington, Cattle Pack Truckers. I after the collection we just showed, I would dig that. Yeah.
I would
We gotta plug that in with Freddie.
One panel being like of a cattle,
Yep.
like the whole panel being cattle, not just the logo.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we've done fitteds like that where the internal front logo was like some sort of cattle, but not the whole panel. That would be interesting. That would be
Leov. That's why they're ending chat and moving to YouTube. Yes, we've gone off on like 12 different rants today already. So all right, stained glass, folks.
Stained glass. Of course, starting with everybody's favorite, the Los Angeles Dodgers. It was just the first I had. But graphite crowned button upper visor, of course, the immaculate stained glass details in the front logo, as well as the use of beautiful primary colors in the side patch. This, of course, the 75th World Series, which was the 1978 World Series versus the Yankees. And of course, because the fact that Freddie, more specifically, did the alterations to the front logo to give that stained glass look. Just like the last collection, we had to do the tonal logo on the back, but it is going to be flat stitch baddies, black and white on the back. All these are going to have white sweatbands with the hat clip tag on the inside. Only this one, the Dodgers, and the next one will show the Yankees, have pink under visors, hat club original pink under visors. Everything else will be a gray under visor. And because these are all very highly detailed, they are all made in Bangladesh.
Interesting. So yeah, and not all of these are the same color. So some are sneaky two tones.
Yep.
Some are black. Some are charcoal. Like it's pretty crazy. So, Freddie, this was our most popular collection of 2024.
Yeah.
So this only felt right to bring it back. So Freddie cooked up with this one for sure.
Way to go, Freddie!
And that iris is irisin for sure.
Irisin.
Cisse Freddie.
Alan Irison. Whoa. Terrible.
I don't know if that's gonna continue to be a thing, but I do like it.
So, like I said, there were only two in the collection that are pink Hat Club original pink under visors. So that's why I'm starting with those two first. The second of which, I know you hate the Yankees, but I actually kind of dig all the detail work that went into this Yankees one. The metallic royal blue interior, metallic graphite exterior, the fact that it's a two-tone, so black crown, maroon button and upper visor, and of course, the immaculate detail of the 1990 World Series side patch with that same stained glass deal like he did last year with the Yankees as well. Incredible.
Woof. Listen, as Austin would say, that's moist. That's a really nice hat right there. Yep. Too good to graphite with the maroon and then that blue in the front. Ooh,
I know.
Okay. Oh,
it's a beautiful blending of colors that I never like really in my head would put together, but it's like once I see it done, it's incredible. And then like I said, look at the shine. Look at the way the light just dances off of it, guys.
Oh man.
You can't take this hat, Austin.
I love the execution of it. I hate the team. I hate that this is the one that got that colorway. Because if that was a Mets, that would be what that meme. That's where he slams his credit card on the table. Like that's what it would be.
Yep.
Listen. Third in line. That's a backhanded compliment. Big execution. I hate the team. There you go. It's been frozen.
Ben's frozen, but no, Cap Crusader nailed it. It is tough, but I hate the team. It's just too much passion in the hate.
Too much passion in the hate. Okay, you're back now.
Weird.
Yeah, you just froze for like a solid 10 seconds.
No, just straight up disconnected.
Oh shit.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, it looked like you were just showing off that pinky UV for a little longer. That's all. So
it's too hot for broadband, baby.
Too hot for TV. Yes, Marty Moore with a very good call out. That would be a perfect hat to wear with the Bordeaux 7s. That Yankees. I agree. I agree.
Whoever asked the stock, ask it. We'll go through all these and I'll kind of go into details about that because I memorize which stores are going or which hats are going to which store, so I can actually help provide a little bit more assistance on that. So going into the gray under visors, I'm going to start with the San Diego Padres. which is very sexy. Burgundy crown, black button and upper visor. And of course, the SD logo goes back to the 1970s, which of course is paired with this beautiful 1978 All-Star Game swing and fryer. Excellent use of the colors. Almost kind of looks like that old board game or button game Simon.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to go Trouble.
I really like the fact that all the patches, I mean, obviously it's a stained glass collection, so all the patches resemble stained glass, but I feel like that side patch in particular, got it done.
Yeah, it had to be a fundraiser in this pack, you know?
Whew.
Whoop, whoop.
It's too good, man. It's too good. Up next. Now, so earlier I said I don't hate the Mets. The only team in Major League Baseball I just absolutely despise is the St. Louis Cardinals, which of course is in my hand right now. Graphite crown, burgundy button and upper visor, metallic red for the front logo. So another light dancing off. And inaugural season of 2006, which excellent usage, especially with the glass panels all being different colors. So, Freddie, what are you doing?
Good Lord.
Kind of looks like a piano / organ made out of stained glass.
That looks like an organ. Yes. Freddie, listen, nurse, he's at it again because I don't understand how he did that. I don't like what, like
the man's mind just thinks different. You know?
Listen, man, we went from cattle patterns on hats to now we're making side patches look like stained glass windows twice. You know, you know what?
Twice. And even elevating it past the first one, which I didn't think was possible.
I'm not gonna lie to you. This right here, that's cracking my top 3. It's very impressive. I'm sorry, Ben. I know you don't like the Cardinals.
I know.
It's very well executed.
Arr. I gotta give a special shout out to Freddie because how long ago did he submit these? Like at least 5 or 6 months in advance.
Oh yeah, no, it was like a year ago. Like
okay,
yeah, it was a long time ago.
So shout out to him because apparently we should have asked him, hey, where's the next Pope going to be from? Because you know, apparently it was the south side of Chicago, and that man just had it, you know, in his head. Iris on the interior for the Chicago White Sox logo, of course.
Pope Freddie.
And, what's that?
I said Pope Freddie.
Pope Freddie. And the on-field version of the 2005 World Series side patch, of course, getting the stained glass treatment in all the letters.
Get this one to the Pope now.
Yes.
I know, we really do. He made an appearance in a White Sox hat the other day. It was a 47 cleanup, I believe.
It was.
But yeah, it was very, very, very cool to see the Pope in the White Sox hat.
Listen.
And of course, the Pope was at the 05 White Sox series.
Yeah, that was a crazy pull that like people had that footage like ready when he got announced as Pope. I'm like, how is that? Yeah, how is that possible?
Kind of makes it even funnier that the Cubs were like so confident that he was a lifelong Cubs fan, and it's just like, wow. Not only do you look like idiots, but
holy airball.
Worse.
Southside Pope.
Southside
Pope, yeah.
I'm gonna save this one for last, just because it's my favorite. But
Block is insane.
Going back to future World Series champions, Detroit Tigers, of course, being included in this collection. Black crown, graphite button, and upper visor, and getting the 2006 World Series side patch. To which case they lost to the fucking Cardinals that year.
Wow, I'm just mesmerized by this front logo here. It's
crazy. Yeah.
That is crazy. Like, that's not like metallic gold or anything, right, Ben? Like that's not even a metallic I think I've seen before.
You know, it's kind of interesting because like the first thing that pops in my head with this specific color scheme is Sabretooth from the X-Men comics.
Yes.
Interesting.
I don't know why. I don't
know why either.
But that's what the color like his body was.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this is a nice one. Yeah, it looks ombre. Yeah, the Cap Crusader. It doesn't look like a flat stitch. It just looks like it's one of those stitches.
The crazy part is all of them look like that, because I thought the same exact thing. I was like, is this like an ombre stitch? And then Davey like pulled out like 3 of them, and she's like, no, they're all like this. I think it's literally like the shadowing that the rise stitching makes on that orange. It like makes it look like it's like ombre. It's a really cool effect.
Yeah, shouts out to the design team for color theory on that. You know, like again, we always talk about everything doesn't have to be metalliced out. I think that's a good example of that. Right threadings with right adjacency next to things.
Hell yeah. Arizona Diamondbacks up next. So exactly like the Chicago White Sox, iris interior, metallic graphite exterior, black button and upper visor, graphite for the crown, and 2001 World Series side patch, which a lot of great colors and iris in that.
That iris is busting right there. Good Lord. Like I where was this is the iris that we need. Bangladesh, China, this every time. That. Not anything else. That.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're probably not going to see that on many hats, because this is what we call a CTO program.
Womp, womp. Yeah. Womp, womp. See, I was gonna have to get my Frank Lucas on, fly to the facility, be like, listen, show me the spool. Where is it?
Show me the spool.
Where is it? Where is the threading?
Terrible. All right, up next, Philadelphia Phillies, metallic red interior, metallic silver for the star, because interleague logo, of course. 1996 All-Star game for the side patch. Boom. But graphite crown, button, and upper visor. So this one, it's wait. So yeah, it is a two-tone still. Like just the graphite coloring is a little bit different.
The sneaky two-tone. This one reminds me a lot of, shout out to My Fitteds, but it reminds me of the Phillies that they put together for the PS1.
I do.
Yeah, so I think this is like kind of like the Hat Club version of the PS1, which is pretty dope.
Yeah, no, that's like, hear me out, Big Show. I know you hate the Bell side patch, but it works here. It most certainly works. It's like the bell on top of the church tower, and the and the stars are like what happens when you hear the music. That's where I'm going with it. That's all I got for you there.
Yeah.
Olabode with a very good question for you. I think, Austin, you can answer. He said, what does CTO mean?
I don't know. It's an internal new era term. There's 2 different terms, GCP and CTO, and just different lead times that they need to execute each design. In a very, 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 very few amount of accounts can access CTO, and Hat Club is one of those very, very few. Like on less than on one hand, I can count how many accounts have access to that, and we're really the only ones that take full advantage of it. So, I mean, shout out to Freddie. He's kind of like the CTO master. So, what's that?
I said, because we're fucking badasses like that.
Yeah.
All right. Up next, that other team that alleges they're from Chicago on the north side, the Cubs, I believe they're called. But just like the Phillies one I just showed off, and I was kind of purposeful as far as going back to back with those. The same sneaky two-tone styling with the graphite crown, button, and upper visor. Ryan Sandberg era with the sleeve patch logo on the front, metallic red on the interior there, as well as metallic royal blue for the face. And of course, we're going to go 1990 All-Star game for the side patch here. As much as people say, hey, we're sick of it, you fucking love it, and you know
Listen,
it. Yeah.
I very rarely do me and Cap Crusader see eye to eye on things. But yeah, that side patch, whatever Grambo says this hat does, it 1000% does, because wow.
I agree with Chad as well, calling it the kill shot Cubbies.
I like that name. I like that name a lot.
Boom. Boom. All right, 3 to go. Going to the Bay Area first with the San Francisco Giants. So the same interior coloring as the Detroit Tigers. But this one's going to be a graphite crown, black button, black upper visor. 1989 Battle of the Bay for the side patch.
No, I do like that. I do like this a lot. Very solid. Then again, one of those packs where whatever hat you get, I don't feel like you're losing here.
Ain't a damn thing wrong with them, you know.
Nope.
I was gonna call that other Cubs hat we just showed the Revenant.
Oh my god!
Yikes! Hopefully, we don't end up like Leo.
No.
Last two, and based on the color styling, this is actually kind of more specific why I saved these for the end, and I probably should have done the same thing with the Padres, but I didn't. Houston Astros up next. It's going to be the mid-90s jersey script, of course, with an iris interior there, black crown, burgundy button, and upper visor. 35 great years for the side patch.
35 of them.
35 of them.
Very nice. I like it. Looks
I
good.
do. All these side patches hitting the mark. There's not been a miss yet.
I was gonna say you could see the iris, like that little blue that kind of like shines through as I rotate through it. So
the Allen Iverson.
Iverson.
Allen Iverson is crazy.
And last but not least, of course, I had to save this to the end. Burgundy crown, upper visor, and button. The only one with the metallic Kelly green interior, on top of which the Oakland fucking A's. Sorry, let me do that again. The Oakland Athletics, because I forgot that I can't say Oakland fucking A's when we're cutting a highlight package out of this. 1989 Battle of the Bay once again. Beautiful, just absolutely beautiful. Reminds me of better times.
Yeah. My one thing that I wish is that the San Diego Padres was a tonal burgundy.
Yeah, dude.
It would be perfect for Ron Burgundy.
Yes. Yes,
I'm
it
Ron
would.
Burgundy? Yeah. I'm Ron Burgundy.
I'm in a glass case of emotion.
Yeah. One of the most quotable movies of all time.
Yes.
Before we go into the top threes, I'm going to rattle off the list because I wrote it down of where each one is going. So as far as these are going to be in store as well as online, all 9 stores and the website are getting the Yankees. Astros and Cardinals will be online only. A's and Giants will be website or online, and Great Mall only. Great Mall only store that's getting A's and Giants. Dodgers will be at all 9 locations and the website. Cubs will be at all 3 Arizona locations, NoHo, Melrose, and the website. Diamondbacks, websites, and Arizona stores only. Phillies is going to be at Arizona Mills, Ontario Mills, NoHo, Los Angeles, Melrose specifically, and in the website. Chicago White Sox are going to be at every location except Great Mall, Melrose, and Roosevelt Field, which is kind of interesting. Detroit Tigers is going to be at every location except Great Mall.
Wow.
Interesting. And the San Diego Padres, every location except both New York stores. So not even NoHo is getting this one. Roosevelt Field is not getting it, and Great Mall is not getting the Padres as well.
Wow.
And Zach, not Zach on IG. That will be next week. Ronnie Fitteds is next week. So
yes.
We'll have him on as a guest.
Our final guest.
Our final live guest. We keep saying that it's going to be the end of things, but we're still continuing the show. So,
all right, what's your guys' top 3 for these?
Whew.
Tef, I'll let you go first.
I'm gonna have to go first. Jeez Louise. This is a tough one.
A little bit.
So, I mean, first one, definitely gonna have to go. Or my number 3 slot is probably going to be. Can you show me the? Actually, yeah, the Oakland Athletics is going to be in my 3 slot.
Wow, was not expecting that.
That's definitely going to be in there. Cardinals definitely has to be in my number 2.
Wow, I thought Cardinals was going to be your number 1.
No, I think my number 1 is probably going to be. I'm so sorry, Chicago people. I apologize.
Really?
The Chicago Cubs is going to be my number 1. And
blasphemous.
And then and it's crazy because I literally said Southside Pope, and then I saw a whole bunch of comments about O Block Pope and everything else, and I was like, wow, what have I started? But yeah, I think seeing that Cubs hat just has it all. Like I feel like that and the Cardinals, although all of them do a phenomenal job of the theme, I think they just executed and hit it there. So
Austin, where you headed?
I'm gonna give a huge shout out to Pope Leo and go Chicago White Sox because I want that free ticket to heaven, baby. So Chicago White Sox for number 3 for me. For number 2, I will go Detroit Tigers.
There you are, Detroit
American
Tigers.
League champion, Detroit Tigers. And then in the number 1 for me, I think I gotta go that Phillies.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So
I'm not mad at
was
that.
not expecting that from you.
Yeah.
I was
Mets
not
fan.
This one took me by surprise, Austin.
Yep.
Good surprise, but surprise nonetheless.
Sneaky two-tone. Like it's just really well executed.
So Milk's revealing your motivations here. So White Sox so the Pope can bless the Mets with a World Series.
Let's hope. Let's hope.
Yeah,
I will give the Pope a year supply of Mets hats if he does that.
It's the Lord.
So I'm gonna play the odds a little bit more in my favor. I'm gonna go. I got 2 in my bottom, my third spot. Tigers and White Sox tied. And then of course my Oakland A's is the number 1.
Mm-hmm.
And my number 2 is I feel like the one that everybody kind of forgot about is the New York Yankees.
And you know what? I would have said the Yankees would be my honorable mention. I think for me, it's just the 99 for me is like fatigued out, but it's still a great hat. I feel like that would be my honorable mention as far as like if I couldn't get the first 3, I'm definitely going for that one.
And I mean,
that's for you, Cap Crusader. That's for you.
Listen, you know what?
And CG nailed it. CG nailed it. I could never give the Yankees a top 3.
No,
never.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? As we're talking about these hats and the Pope, I just immediately thought of like a Nacho Libre quotable. I said, "Did you tell him that they were the Lord's chips?"
Yeah.
Like in my mind, I was like, "Did you tell him that these are the Lord's hats?"
That's also a very quotable movie. I used to say all the time. I love when he's like connecting with the nun for the first time, and she goes, "My favorite color is light tan." So I don't know why, but that line just like sends me like every time.
It's like, why are you outside of your robes? These are my
These are my recreation clothes. Yeah. And I do say, get that corn out of my face. Like at Thanksgiving dinner when they're passing the corn.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm watching that movie tonight. Thank you.
Stock on these is solid. The only team you have to worry about being a little bit lower in stock is the Diamondbacks. And oh shit. Like it was funny. Like nobody at the Arizona pull-up really touched the Dodgers.
Interesting.
But the Diamondbacks ones that we had all sold out there. So you have to think that stock is going to be a little bit lower on that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to remember the other teams that we brought. Fuck. I'll be honest. I was running around like all night, so it's like I didn't really get like a clear vision on that. So, but I think for the most part, like Yankees, Dodgers, like stock is going to be solid. Like we made a lot.
Like Ben said, it's going to be available at all the stores too. So
correct.
Yeah. Best of AZ. I feel like there was an internal memo that was sent around. Nobody touched the Dodgers, or else you're not a real Arizonian.
That was like the only hat that was left after we were done. It was hilarious.
Grambo has never seen Nacho Libre.
He's not seen it?
That's terrible.
Good, my man. Homework assignment for you before the last one. And if we say quotables and you don't laugh, you fail.
Grambo, why you gotta make me do scrunchy face? Come on. This is how you get wrinkles, bro.
You get wrinkles.
All right. We are moving on to our first official minor league Monday of the season.
Whoop, whoop.
And I'll be honest, we technically had a few other ones previous, but hats just kind of came in late. So we'll get through these pretty quick. But going with the brand change of the Oklahoma City Comets, We got a little spaceman there for the front logo.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, like royal blue crown, upper visor, baby blue for the knob up top, and Batterman on the back, the new minor league logo Batterman. Good gray, black sweatband, hat club tag on the inside. Made in, pretty sure it's China. It is China.
Is that Comet's logo? Is that the primary bin, or is the other one that we showed earlier the primary?
I think the other one you showed is the primary.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I don't know.
I do like this though. I do like that logo. It's very nice.
Yeah. Don't hate it. Up next is the Hartford Yard Goats, of course, busting out in the infamous Hartford Whalers color scheme. So Kelly green for the crown, royal blue for the button and upper visor. 10 years. I can't believe it's been 10 years that the Yard Goats have existed as an organization.
Is that an iris goat?
It's actually metallic silver.
A platinum goat.
Good.
I feel like I need that, and I don't need it, but I just want it. I don't
just want it. Yeah.
A platinum goat.
Fuck.
Eric, please.
I'm gonna save this one for last until I can remember what the hell the name of the team is. So Salt Lake City Bees up next, hence the black crown, black upper visor, yellow button up top, and the B script on the front. And Daybreak Field, which is their brand new stadium that they got into this season, obviously signified by the 2025. And their new stadium is like a half mile away from my mom's house.
Sheesh. Oh, nice.
That's ladies and gentlemen, this is the hat that you wear with the Wu-Tang dunks. I'm glad we had this.
That's a good call.
Good call. Listen, if you have them, do the right thing. If you have Pollens, do the right thing. I could think of many hats. Thunder Force. Like, come
on. Next up is the Daytona Tortugas. So a very Kelly green, or actually not even Kelly green, but it's just a very light green crown and upper visor, baby blue for the button, swinging Tortuga for the front logo. And is it Jackie Robinson Ballpark? Yeah, it is Jackie Robinson Ballpark. 10th anniversary for the side patch.
Yeah, I'm like Cap Crusader. I don't think I've seen a miss yet. Now obviously I have my like rankings in between of which hats I immediately go for. The goats is definitely up there because who doesn't want a platinum goat on your mapa? But that last one, the bees, simple, easy. Yeah, I really like the bees for me.
Swinging Tortugas, huh?
Swinging Tortugas, and especially with the metallic icy.
Yeah, that's really setting it off.
Yeah,
that's definitely setting it off.
Ooh. We already dropped a variation of this, but this is the two-tone version of the Corpus Christi hooks. Metallic icy blue for the front logo. It is going to be a plain Jane, light navy crown, light blue for the button and the upper visor, and good gray, black sweatband, hat club tag on the inside, made in China.
I really like Cap Crusader's comment is ringing true with each of these hats you're showing. The MILB logos are just really, really nice. Like they're just very playful, very experimental.
Yep.
Like I like these.
Yeah, the only thing I have against minor league baseball logos is often they come out massive.
So I thought you were going to say the frequency at which they change. That's my only issue. It's like hang on to something for at least a decade, please.
Yeah, I could see that for sure. Yeah, I mean, and then I do think they do the best with like the theme night stuff. Like I think they smoke Major League Baseball when it comes to the theme night stuff.
All right, before I show this last one off, I actually have to look it up.
What's the logo?
It's Columbus.
Columbus Clippers?
It's not the Clippers. It's, or actually, fuck. Georgia, Columbus, Georgia.
Is it
that's just a Tommy Boy fucking thing right there. Oh, okay. I got it. So
Clingstones.
Yeah, the Clingstones. So it's a rebrand. So like the Oklahoma City Comets and stuff like that. The Clingstones. because I could tell it was a peach on the front, and especially kind of going more so for the side patch and everything like that. Inaugural season 2025. As I say, I'm usually sorry. I was like yawning and
Kind of talking at the same time.
That's got you tearing up there, Ben.
No, I was
that chonky boy on the
like,
front.
I was yawning and talking, and it just dried me out. So I'm pretty savvy and up to date on a lot of minor league stuff, but obviously this season's been a bit depressing for me on account of the fact that my team doesn't exist anymore. So I've been slightly out of the loop.
Yeah, I do. I'm agreeing with Yoda on this one. Two-tone fitted. I'm surprised that we haven't done any the Rome Braves or anything else like that.
Oh, you mean the Rome Emperors?
Yeah, now no.
Well, if I submit my goddamn collection designs, there will be one in there.
Yeah, someone on IG chat was saying, Ben, when are you gonna fucking do it already?
I'm halfway done. I just need to submit them. Is really about it. But it's a longer story behind that. So anyway, that's minor league money for you. 8 a.m. West Coast time, 11 a.m. East Coast time. HackClub.com, HackClub app. And nothing dropping on Tuesday, so we're going into Wednesday. Just a little 4-pack for you guys. Kind of depressing timing on some of these. But yeah, Wednesday morning, June 25th, 7 a.m. West Coast time, 10 a.m. East Coast time. And we're going to start with last night's losers, the Edmonton Oilers, going back to very early 2000s color scheme and logos. Light navy crown, black button, black upper visor, early 2001 Edmonton Oilers primary logo on the front, 25th anniversary of the organization for the side patch, and NHL shield on the back. That's going to be navy blue and metallic silver. Good gray under visor, black sweatband, Hat Club tag on the inside, made in China.
Oh man, like you said, poor timing.
I know. Poor guys. But you know what? It's not poor timing. Bam! Another San Jose Sharks hat. This time, gray crown, dark teal for the button and upper visor, and 5th season. So 1991 to 1996 for the side patch.
I would like to see a corduroy Sharks hat. I don't know why.
We're at that point now.
I would like to see one. I think that
just
would
every material in a Sharks hat. Let's do it. Let's run it.
Or I would rely on Freddie to give us an actual shark skin textured.
Whoa,
dude, that'd be rad.
That would be rad. I would like that. All right. Don't worry, Tef. It's going. I have no doubts. I have no.
2 more for you guys. So LA Dodgers. Navy blue crown and upper visor, baby blue for the button up top, red. Sorry, it's just red. It's not metallic. Los Angeles script, and 2024 World Series champions for the side patch. I don't know why my brain kept telling me it wanted to say metallic, but it's like it was a real battle there. If you guys couldn't tell, between my mouth and my brain on that one.
No, I still can't get over the way that the peach. What was the peach team?
The Klingstones.
Yeah, the way that the Klingstones came out of your mouth there. You got real choked up about it.
Grambo, you gained a notch again by pointing out what the purpose of this color scheme is. Shout out to Steve Ballmer. Yes. And last but not least, and there's a reason why I kept this one for last, aside from its outrageous color scheme. And I mean, we're talking, it's hot, baby.
Good Lord.
Damn.
So that is a infrared crown, button, and upper visor, metallic silver star, but it is a white star or white H on the interior there. And 2017 for the World Series side patch. Dude, this thing is just scorching my hand right now.
Man.
Yeah, that puts the Kirby to shame.
Listen, if you wore that to the Barbie movie, you won.
You won.
You won. I don't.
100%.
It doesn't get any, and it's on brand too. I you know what's funny? I feel like this is a hat that I would see at a themed like night, like going to a premiere, like a Barbie movie, or I would see this in Miami. I feel like I'd see this hat in Miami. Very vibrant, very loud.
So here's where the camera and the brightness of this hat, fail the rest of the hat, because everybody in the comments is like, "Oh, that's an icy undervisor." No, this is lavender.
Lavender? Oh, I thought it was gray. Wow.
I was gonna say, it's just the way that this affects the. See, if I pull it back, you can kind of tell.
You can see it more. Yeah, I can see lavender now. Yeah,
but you go close, not so much.
Yeah, and is that actually pink or is that like? Infrared?
Oh yeah, it's hot pink, baby.
It's hot pink.
Jeez. Okay.
So it's the same. It's the same as the hot pink Sunday service.
Okay. Because I was thinking in my mind, the only thing closest in my collection I think I have is that hot pink is maybe my South Beach LeBrons. I think that's it, and I feel like that pink is even louder than the pink that's on those shoes.
This is the kind of hat that you wear like. If you work for a team, you're going to be in the outfield spying on what calls are coming in from the catcher, and then you rise and sit, So basically like what Jose Batista's career became when he was in Toronto.
Listen, all I'm going to say is if you hit somebody in a car with that hat on, you deserve to lose your license because I saw it. And I mean, but I like I said, I feel like neon, very much like those like Stussy Palace, like parachute type of like 80s style like sweatsuits or matching tops and bottoms. I could see you going crazy with those. That's hard.
Yeah.
Or the neon pink 95s. Yep, you could. Well, fluent. I would even say that one's a little bit too hot for those because that pink is almost on those is softer.
That's I think we gotta see you try it on. I agree with 79.
Yeah, we gotta see this.
I mean, it's a 7 1/4, so it's already
gonna be a little tight.
But I'll give it a shot,
Give it the old college try.
I'm a team player here.
You know what? With that shirt on, Ben, I feel like the gray mutes it. It
actually doesn't look terrible.
No, it doesn't. I feel like if you wear that with some Oakleys with the iridescent sunglasses, listen, man. Not saying you'd be Macho Man in real life, but
Yeah. I think the long hair and the beard helps it too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I made smart wardrobe decisions today just for trying this one hat on.
No, I think that like if you're more like on that out there, like you like really bright neon colors, I think you could definitely do something with that for sure. You definitely can do something with that. I feel like there's been a few drops lately that you could do something with that. CDGs, yeah. I was like, CDGs I think would probably be the closest you'd get to that. I want to say maybe the ambushes might be close, that hyper pink, but I feel like that pink is like, again, it's hotter than, as far as brighter than that. It's not a lot of shoes I could think of off the top of my head that I think would be a perfect match with that. Not a lot.
Anybody mention the Magmas?
I did not. Magmas were, but see that Magma hat, and I have it, like that pink just seems to be a lot more like fluorescent and bright than what the Magmas were. I felt like the Magmas were a little bit, they were pulled back a little bit. Those look more like the infrareds, like the Tech Challenges, infrared 6s or white infrared 6s.
And I was gonna say it's hard to tell, but I didn't notice this at first, but the lettering for World Series 2017, it's actually Iris. So Allen Iverson making another appearance mixed in with the metallic silver there. So
Ellen, we did a pastel pack last week with saltwater taffy.
We definitely did.
Check the site if you missed out on it.
I'm like, yeah, but that hat really intrigues me. I would like to see that in hand. And shouts out to Captain Crunch Dog, and they said the hyper print, the hyper pink, excuse me. He was saying that will go with that hat, and he is yeah, I think he's right on that. I have to go look at the pictures.
Ethan,
it's Ethan 20. I just ship them back to the warehouse. That's it. I mean, occasionally if I buy any, then they'll send them in my size, and I just hang on to them. So.
Yep. But yeah, that's the last pack. When is that one drop?
We got for you guys.
When is that one dropping in, Ben?
That's gonna be Wednesday. So before we do morning, 7 a.m. West Coast time, 10 a.m. East Coast time, hackclub.com, Hack Club app on the day of the final live show.
Sounds good. And then we transition. Austin,
The
any
Hat-Club on YouTube.
any wise words for the people, Austin?
Go Bills.
Wow.
Go Mets. Shout out Pope Leo. And cop stained glass. Cop Juneteenth tomorrow. Those are my wise words.
Listen, Fly West, yes. Rewind this episode all the way to the beginning. It's not, we're repurposing it. These will just be pre-recorded, but we'll still be here for the jokes and we'll be active and talk to you guys on the day that these drop as we normally do. Our shenanigans will just have to be verbal, but with Instagram, sometimes we can reply with reels. So
we'll make things happen. I mean, it really comes down to, obviously we're running at exactly 101 minutes right now for this episode.
Yep.
So essentially what it's going to be is we're going to record it and our editing team is going to cut it down to about 25-30 minutes. And then the video will post on Wednesday at our usual, 4:30 Pacific, 7:30 East Coast time. And we'll just chat it up in the comments.
And we'll also, like we're going to do like live airings. I think it's called YouTube Premiere. So like it'll like have a time period where it airs, probably the same time that recap is, if that works for everybody. But like that'll be kind of the way that we showcase it there. So and like we can be in the comments then. So
and I guess my words of wisdom. Shouts out to everybody for making me a 6 for 6 sellouter. I appreciate you.
Sellouter, baby.
Sellouter. I know that's not really a noun, but I just made it up. But no, I mean, big shouts out to everybody that popped out to New York. It was a great time. It rained actually, and the store was full, which
saw that
is something that we definitely wanted to be grateful for. Shouts out to everybody that got a chance to meet me. I signed hats, I took pictures, just enjoyed the time. It was my first drop in NoHo, and I'm glad to have sold out that weekend. As a person that's not from New York, I think that's a really big accomplishment. I think it just shows the connections that you build and what community is all about. So and there is more from me on the way. So
I love that.
Yep. So Teferi, what? No, I'm not done. What are you?
Recap is still happening. It's just going to YouTube. It's just time to be live.
So. Yes, don't scare me like that.
This is exactly like the pull-up event where I told everybody the format of the way we be doing the wristbands and the drops, and then like 3 minutes later, it's like, so wait, you're gonna give us wristbands, and then the drop is when? It's like, oh my god, wait till I get on a fucking microphone.
Yeah, so I mean, but I mean, big shouts out to you guys for helping us, sell out. I think that's a really big thing, and I mean, I'm big shouts out to everybody that sold out today for our ambassadors, Lewis, as well as Brimfiend. Big shouts out to them. Big shouts out to John, who sold out with me out at NoHo last weekend. It was a day for the ATL. So can we address this now, Austin? Because I feel like I want the two-tone fitteds question.
What was the two-tone fitteds question?
So
I forgot. I told him bring it up at the end of the show, and I forgot.
So like a couple people have asked me questions because I did a dump content dump on Instagram, to be clear. And I did, tease a little something going on, that I'm doing for All-Star. There will not be a formal pop-up, to my knowledge. That has not been communicated. However, I think that there's things that we're investigating and we're looking into. We will keep you guys posted. All-Star game is still a little bit of a while away, and there's some things that we got going on. So really excited. If you guys like the hats, it seemed like you guys loved the All-Star game fitteds that we did earlier, I think last month. There will definitely be more things of that sort celebrating Atlanta and other people as well. So just stay tuned. But no, there will not be a physical pop-up in Atlanta, but we're definitely talking about different things and ways we can make something happen.
Yeah.
Always be talking.
Yeah.
ABT.
So Tef will be having another Hat Club hat in the near future. So
yes. So yeah, that was shouts out to, I think, what was it? I think the ATATF post that went out, and there was a comment that I have pinned Chris said, "Don't worry, guys. TaylorMade GQ is gonna save us." And I and I laughed about it because I was like, "But it's cool. I'm glad, you know, to be able to do that. It's dropping 4 times in 3 months is a lot, but you know, you guys have made it worth it. So I greatly appreciate it. So no problem because it's a store. Shouts out to you, Thurline. Okay, yeah, but big shouts out to you guys for tapping in with us. This has been a great episode. If you missed anything or you want to see that we went over, feel free to run the episode back. Next week will be our last live format. Like we said, the show is not going away. We're just repurposing it. So
we're making it better.
Yeah, we're making it better, faster, stronger. You know, no $1 million man, nobody. Okay. All right, that's just
any word on the Kettle Pack Braves? I'm not the one canceling orders. That's like the customer service team and stuff like that. So more than likely there were some orders that were canceled because I got some angry DMs from people. Like I didn't do fucking shit. So that's where I'll leave it at that. So we'll figure out a drop date for those other things eventually. But
big facts.
Looking forward to seeing you guys next week. And as always, peace. God bless. Be good humans. Take care.
See you guys.
Latest.